Everyday Superpower, we talk body language, relationships game, everything in between. It's okay to compliment her. It's okay to go to strangers who you find attractive and open with a compliment. There's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm going to talk about is your compliment is only sensical, is only a good opener, given you wholeheartedly agree with what you're saying. Simples. If you want to write a song and it's a sad song, writing that sad song from a emotional perspective of actual happiness, it's not going to work out. It's not going to supercharge what you're trying to say. It's not going to align and give meaning to the words and the frequency you wish to put forward. There's going to be a non-congruence. When we hear people talk and we hear them verbally, but we see them communicate something differently non-verbally, there is a disconnect, and that creates uncertainty about the legitimacy of the person and the message. That's not a good first impression. That's quite possibly the worst first impression of all time you could give to a woman you are just approaching. Yeah? Does this make sense? Now, I'm speaking of when you're dating. I'm speaking of when you've been in a relationship, a marriage for years. She's going to understand when you're lying to her. When you say, oh yeah, that dress does look good on you, when the reality is it doesn't look that good and you don't really care, but you've just said it just to tick a box, or you've been asked to say it, basically. You know where I'm coming from? There's a magic that aligns itself with the words you speak when you speak honestly about something you believe. And for all the creeps out there, for all those who haven't got the game, yeah, at this point, who haven't tightened the game up enough, you can't go being overt and over-sexualizing things. You can't just roll up and just say, because I'm talking about it's going to make sense if it makes sense to you, right? You can't go over and just say, you got one of the best curvaceous asses I've ever seen in my life, alright? Don't get me wrong, if you're looking half decent, she might laugh regardless. But that you're leaving yourself a lot of space to fall flat on your face, alright? If there's a particular element of her that you like, and you're comfortable in saying it, like, this isn't just some basic starter stuff. I know we could talk about pickup lines, and we could talk about, going over, and then you say some words and magically she falls in love. It's not the case. It's not the case. Nor is it the case when you believe in what you say, but you're a bit uncertain of what reaction you're going to get. And if by any chance you get a negative reaction, it's going to break your heart. Because you're going to turn up, you know what I mean, shaking and uncomfortable and not in a masculine state for her to consider what you say worth anything, you know? I bet you that you have something you admire in a woman that the general demographic of men don't appreciate. All right, let me bring you into me, a little bit of me. I like fingernails, yeah? I don't have a fetish for fingernails, but I appreciate fingernails. I like colourful fingernails. I don't like them claws, them long claw things, but I do like well looked after fingernails. It is synonymous with the bedroom for me because I appreciate the soothing sensation them nails feel on skin. And if you've experienced that, if you've been looked after well with a woman who has got well presented, well looked after fingernails, then you'll understand. So I got a thing for them fingernails, and I pick up on that straight away. Or we can comment on the colour, we can comment on the sparkles, we can comment of how fresh they look. You can say, I like them. They suit you, you know? They suit your hair, they suit your eyes, they match who you are as a person. And considering that she has gone out of her way to choose this, generally speaking, they haven't been forced upon her. She's chosen to apply these acrylics or to grow her nails out and apply the paint in a particular way. That means that it was her choice. And when you compliment her honestly and say, I appreciate what you've done because it really suits you, she's gonna feel a sharp jolt of joy because her ego, her I, will be fulfilled. Oh wow, I've made a good decision. Oh wow, I was doubting myself, but somebody on the external has just confirmed my decision was good. The teacher, the dominant, the masculine, has said well done and congratulations. You've done a fantastic job and I appreciate that. Have you seen the knock-on effect? This is fantastic game right here. You might not be into nails, but do you know what women wear? Adornments, jewellery. If you don't like the earrings she has in, you needn't comment on them because it will come across as flimsy and frail, and you won't have an emphasis on your words, and your non-verbal communication will be contrary to the verbal message you put forward, so it's not going to make sense. She's going to see straight through that. And as we know, a woman and her intuition is fine-tuned into reading the body language, given there is a non-congruence between the verbal and the body. So she'll look at your body, notice something up with you, survival mechanism will kick in, she'll back off, you flopped it. And that's fine. Because when I say this, I say there's nothing wrong with spreading a little bit of joy in your day if you are feeling uplifted. I'm not saying force this, because this is something I've learned through experience, yeah? You cannot force these things. If you genuinely feel admiration for a person for who they are and how they've chosen to put themselves out there, because it, in reflection, showcases something you admire, and you're feeling buoyant, you may go forth and say, hey, I appreciate you for that. Hey, do you know that t-shirt you're wearing? It really suits you, you know. I like that shirt a lot. There we go. And you will see the reaction in relation to what you've said. Sometimes you might not get the best reaction because her boyfriend's just down the road catching her up and she might want to get rid of you ASAP. But sometimes you'll see the flashbulb eyes and the look of awe on her face as if a thunderbolt has just stricken into her, because that choice of words and where you have pointed the finger and accentuated and concentrated on, she hasn't received that ever aside from her own brain. She's told herself that that's why she's applied it, that's why she's worn the ring, that's why she's worn the necklace, that's why she's put her hair up in that manner. And you're there reconfirming that, reclarifying that, feeding her ego with what she deserves and desires. And she will see you as the bearer of good news. Where do you take it from there? Hey, that's a story for another video, but I thought I would just get on to this. I'm feeling good myself. I don't know if you can tell with the way I am. Man, I've been nice on this weekend, I'll tell you that. So I'm just giving you a little bit of game. Yeah. Oh, what pickup line? Oh, what do you say when you go to speak to people? Bro, just talk to them like human beings. Small talk is fine. Just read them and apply yourself in the right manner. It's not about what you say. It's about how you say it, whether you mean what you say, and how coherent and honest you are as an individual. And we can all say, oh, just lie to her. Oh, honesty, what does that mean? Women are honest to me. Blah, 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 blah. Bruh, in this communication game, if there is a non-congruence with what you say and who you are, they, as the woman, will pick up on that and shut you out with the quickness. Real talk. Real talk. On that note, I'm signing out, so click like and subscribe because I upload every day. 2 links in the description. One will take you through to my catalogue of body language. Over 220 videos of how to read people through their body language. Duh. Second to that is the Patreon, where you'll join me in watching people on their very first dates. I'll break down the attraction and the repulsion body language. You'll see it manifest in the world around you no matter where you live. Hey, it's hardwired in all of us. That's the game. I'm signing out. Peace.